Hello everybody, it's DJ Star back with another On Feet video, and today we're going over one of my favorite silhouettes of the Air Jordan line, is the Air Jordan 4. In today's colorway, we are discussing the OG Classic, and this classic is known as the Shot, also known as Black and Red, Black and Cement, also known as Playoff, and last but not least, known as the Bred colorway. Now this pair originally released in 1989 was the year. And the reason they called it the Shot is because this is the shoe Jordan had on against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the fifth tie game. No, tied series 2-2, fifth game, and he sunk the shot to help elevate his career, but also put the Cleveland Cavaliers out of their misery. I was alive at the time watching the game, one of my all-time favorite games. So when the shoe actually did come out, I wanted to grab myself a pair, but of course, back in them days, my mother was just not paying that kind of money for a gym shoe. She just wasn't. So I get into the sneaker game, always wanted the shoe, but I decided to wait. I had heard rumors that it was going retro, and I'm like, why go pay all this money for a shoe that is with the Nike? I think the last time it retro, it had the Jumpman on the back, and it was already like 5 or 6, 7 years old. So again, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that money for a shoe that's that old and have it fall apart on me. So these released last year, actually, 2019 for $200, and it was a general release. And right now they're reselling on StockX for about $450. So a lot of money be made there if you still got a dead stock pair. But it was one of those ones I just had to have. I mean, it just meant so much to me to have this shoe in the classic colorway. The names, like I said, it wasn't called Bred back in the day, but Bred is a new thing, black and red for Jordan Brand. So I see why they market the shoe like that. So if we go over the shoe, you'll notice that it is a nubuck upper. I think back in the days, originally it was Durabuck, but this is nubuck. Very smooth, very black, not too ashy. You have the thick tongues, or the stick out tongues with the Jumpman and the Flight on it. Behind the tongue, as you can see, if I'm not blocking that, you do have the Air Jordan tongue logo upside down. So back in the days, in the 80s, people used to wear them with no shoelaces, the tongues hanging out, so you can see the Air Jordan. That made it dope. If you go around to the side, you'll see the same smooth nubuck upper. You got that midsole, which is gray, or cement gray as they call it, with a hint of white with the window for the air, and the outsole with the red trimming on it. You see the black netting right here, black wings, or black wing right here, and then the tips are in cement gray. The liner is in cement gray, and then when you get around to the back, you got that ever so popular Nike Air on the tongue that makes it OG. Like I always say, I wish Jordan Brand would make it more let's say consistent. When you put Nike Air on the back of a shoe, that shoe should be only strictly for the OG colorways, how they were when they released in whatever year, instead of kind of mixing the pooch, and they do it a lot. So as you see on the next side, on the inside, same thing, smooth, black trim, white trim, and you got a little bit of gray on this side, on the medial side. I always love the black netting system. As you see, I always do a lace swap, usually with fat laces, knowing me, because I'm so old school. Love my fat laces. But I mean, just the overall trim of the shoe and the comfortable, it's just so dope. And they did a good job with this release. The inside, or the sock line, as you see, is that cement gray that you see on the back of that tongue with that Nike Air. On the bottom, you do have herringbone traction, red, and you have Nike instead of Jumpman because you got a Nike Air on the back. And all the way around, this is just a clean, clever shoe. Like I said, the Air Jordan 4 is one of my favorite silhouettes. Always a very comfortable shoe, except when the air go out. When that air go out in the heel, man, it is a wrap. I got a pair of military blues, and I'll be honest, they feel like bricks on my feet, man, because that air sole went out on the bottom, and it's just horrible. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped trying to collect older shoes that I planned on wearing, because it just wasn't comfortable anymore. I mean, it's a dope look, but you know, you in it for 2 or 3 hours, you like, man, I gotta take these shoes off. So that's really about it for this shoe. Like I said, one of my favorite silhouettes, the Air Jordan 4, and definitely one of my favorite colorways in that cement gray, black and red, or Bred. Very, very clean in my humble opinion. So with that being said, we can get another look at the shoes, and oh, really great feeling, like I said. And with the Durabuck, you don't really get creases, which is another thing that was very important for me. This show the bottom. As you see, very clean, very clean, very clean, and very comfortable. And with that being said, also like, subscribe to my channel. It really goes a long way to help me out and help me really get started on this new quest of mine. So with that being said, I would like to say love, peace, and prosperity. I'm gone.